Oh, look at that. Look, perfect spillage. Perfect spillage. No way. Those are BMW things at its finest. Happening Z hood. Hello there, everybody. Good day to you and welcome back. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I am super ridiculously duper glad to be here. I have been completely out of existence for 8 or 9 days now, I think. For those of you that haven't been around for a while or are new here, I pretty much dropped off of the face of the earth mid-project out of nowhere because I came down with a nasty bout of the flu, which as I recovered from the flu, which took about 2 or 3 days, as it left me with a very acute and severe lower respiratory infection. That's the bronchial area is right around here. And it ended up sticking me in the urgent care clinic with an inhaler and a Z-pack and a couple other meds just to get the respiratory system re-respirating, so to speak. I wasn't breathing very well after my flu, and I'm still not. My breathing's kind of tough and a little labored, but I can take in remarkably deep breaths now, deeper than I was actually able to breathe before I got the flu and got sick. So maybe I was ill with a respiratory problem before and never even knew. Regardless, I'm on the mend. I'm back at work again, and I've missed the place. I feel really strange being here after being absent for nearly 2 weeks, and you know, it's just an odd, humbling feeling, and I'm very, very blessed to be here today. That's the word I'm gonna say. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed. I'm glad that I'm here. My wife and my children, especially my oldest, she was worried about me. They thought I was actually going to end up in the ER. It might have been close, I don't know, but like I said, a trip to the urgent care and a Z-pack sort of finished off the healing process, and I'm on the tail end of it. So right now, my body's just trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to keep energy up. This is going to work out well because I think more than anything, this bout with this recent sickness was it was an opportunity to reset a few things, and I can restructure life a little bit because I've had that moment to stop and walk away and reevaluate, and that's what I've done. So I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of things. I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I do have some work to do, and you know, I'm on light duty. I'm gonna call it that. And since I'm on light duty, I'm just gonna do light duty work right now. I'll leave my Silverado alone, and we're just gonna work on this BMW I've got here. This particular unit is a 2020 BMW. I believe it is the 540i. 540i BMW. It has, I believe, the 3-liter twin-turbo V6. Yes, according to the sticker, 3.0. Yep, that's 3-liter V6. So 3-liter twin turbo, it's got some horsepowers. The customer brings it to us from all the way up in Georgia and have requested something special to be performed on this particular vehicle. I believe that this BMW happens to be equipped with the ZF8 or the Z8, 8Z transmission. Whatever transmission it's got in it, the pan on it is made out of plastic, and the owner of this car is aware of the plastic oil pan, and they do not appreciate it. So what they had done is researched and found a kit, or a company rather, that makes a kit that upgrades your plastic oil pan to an aluminum oil pan, and that's what we've got going on right here for the transmission. So this kit came with the pan, the fasteners. It's got a drain plug, but I've also got this plug here. I'm not sure what that one's for. Maybe that's the fill plug somewhere else on the transmission. But it's got a gasket and a filter, as well as some replacement fluid for what has to be spilled in order to get the old pan out of the vehicle. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to pull all of the lower covers off of the bottom of this Beamer, and we're going to pull that oil pan off, get it all drained out, cleaned up, and then we will install the aluminum version, which appears to offer an extreme amount of cooling surface. Look at all those heat sinks in this thing. That's a lot of cooling surface. So I'm assuming this is gonna offer some kind of performance slash cooling advantages, and maybe it is of a higher capacity. I'm not sure if it holds more fluid than the original does or not. But once we get the covers off the bottom of the car, we can get that old pan removed and we'll take a look. Now, these BMWs are not my forte, so if I do something that the BMW guys don't particularly agree with, I apologize. I'm not remarkably skilled on these particular vehicles. It's just not my thing. Not something I'm super trained in and used to working on often, but I can work on them. So if we take a look, you see that's there's our old pan right there on top of this cover. What we need to do is we'll pull these plastics off first, expose what we need to work on here, and then we'll make steps based on what we find under this cover. So Lauren's yelling at Dave. What did Dave do?
He left.
I did. I think I did it.
One can of brake clean in that box over there.
Yeah, she goes into the cabinet and she's like, okay, who left the whole box in here with one can inside of it? And I was like, it doesn't matter, we're men.
You know what, that's okay. You know what Ray does? He leaves jugs of juice in the refrigerator with a little bit of that
last little bit it's great for like the middle of the night. You just want to sip. Yeah, just take, and that's that. And then you have to get a cup dirty. Yeah, I can't throw it away, and I don't want to finish it. You save it for later. Alrighty, let's go through. I've got an 8mm here. We're gonna pull off all of the fasteners for our plastic covers. I think this is 2 covers here. Ah, that grinding. You started in again. Another couple in the middle. Another one over here. There's like endless fasteners. And there we'll find our plasticky transmission pan unit. So yeah, I can see why our fellow would want to upgrade this a little bit. What's that say? Warning, lifetime oil. BMW oil 832222228970. Okay. So we've got a little drain plug here, some perimeter bolts, and yeah, that's the ZF. That's what I was talking about. ZF transmission. Okay. Not much in the way of cooling fins. So I'm assuming that our upgraded unit has more fin and more capacity and a drain plug. Very good. Okay. Well, what I want to do, I've got to pull this cover off as well because it's in sort of interfering with the front section of these fasteners here. I could probably get this off without removing this, but what I don't want to happen is that trans oil soaks into the top of this this cover here and allows this thing to leak, so, or allows for a potential leak or pooling up of the fluid, which would make it leak out later. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. That way we don't make a mess of this very clean BMW. And post-illness speech is no joke. It's like I know what I'm thinking, I know what I want to say, but I can't actually make the words that correlate with the thoughts. Is it COVID brain? Come here, come here, come here. Ah, there's that time clock. All right, let's roll in the oil drain here. And I'm gonna start getting this pan drained out and then unbolted. And we see it's got this plastic looking drain plug business up here. So I guess we just, oh wow, look at this This pan is flimsy, look at that. But watch this thing flex. Look at that thing. Not here, but just the whole body of it. Look at the center of this pan. It's just not a very robust looking device. That's odd to me. Anyway, we've got this big old huge drain plug here. So let's see how far we can push this before it starts to spill out. I actually want to capture the fluid. It's going to drain out of this. That way we sort of have like a baseline to judge our refill off of, because there's not a lot of spec information that's published about this car, its transmission fluid, or its capacities. I mean, I know it's out there. I'm not fluent in it, and I don't know the places to look. So my traditional sources do have limited info. It's odd, very clear looking transmission fluid. Okay, we'll put that guy right there, and then we can use that to capture and measure what we're gonna drain out. And now what I was saying, or I had said something about published factory information. I understand that there's like a red, wow, I can't think. There's like a blue or a green factory fill fluid on this exact same transmission. I don't know what the difference is of those two different fluids, but there is a spec for that. It's a very proprietary system. So much, in fact, that I don't even believe that AMSOIL offers a replacement fluid for this particular platform. It's unique in its own right, and you've got to use the BMW specified ZF components and fluids. Now, I'm going to assume this is the green, factory fill green, because it looks more green than it does blue. We haven't checked the mileage yet, but it can't be that, oh goodness, here we go. Can't be that old. Yep, we're getting our drain action going right now here. Save that thing for later. Oh, look at that little pattern that it makes on the way out. That's cute. How cool is that? Okay, so far we're up to 3.5, 4 quarts. Oh, look at that. Look, perfect spillage. Perfect spillage. No way. Those are BMW things at its finest. Okay, here we go. So we're looking like, after we're done draining, about 4.25 quarts have already spilled out, and we've had some spillage around it, so I'm gonna call it 4.25 to 4.5 quarts capacity on the factory, the factory drain pan. So I will take this guy. We're gonna set you down right over here for later. Now I can proceed, I believe, to remove the perimeter bolts around this transmission pan, hollow, and we'll pull the filter out as well. All right, we have a Torx 44, that's a T44 bit. By hand, I will crack these loose. Oh, they're not even that super tight. I thought they were gonna give us a little bit of guff. I guess not. Yeah, let's break them all loose anyway, and then come through with the tool and spin the fasteners out. And again, I have replacement fasteners, so I don't know if they're different or thicker than the original ones. Tell you what, let's find out. Let's pull one out entirely, and we'll compare it to one that came in the package with the new transmission pan. Okay, so here's our original. Got a packet of replacement fasteners here. And they appear to be identical. So there's no change in the hardware per se that I can tell. We've got a 8.8 designation, NF 8.8 and NF 8.8, so these are all the same. See that? Same thread pitch and length. Okay, so they just gave us new fasteners, which is good. All right, moving on. Let's pick up the pace here. Pull the rest of these things out. Let's see, what else? A couple on this side here. Ew, I just flung ZF in my face. Not a lot, but it was there, man. I got ZF'd. Okay, here comes our plastic pan. It looks like the filter fell out with it. See that hole right there? Or, no, not even. Here, check this out. The filter is integrated, or part of the actual cover here. Look at that. This is the filter. I did not exactly expect to find that. A bit of glitter, copper looking glitter. It's not abnormal looking, but I see it in there. Look at that. Maybe that is abnormal. Hey man, is your transmission okay? Because there's glitter in there. Maybe it's just sediment, because it hasn't moved and this thing doesn't have a problem. It was driven. I don't see a bunch of stuff inside of the filter element. Yeah, I don't know enough. I'm speculating and I'm just kind of saying what I'm seeing, but I do see this business right here. Maybe it's a very spiritedly driven transmission. Yeah, that's some clutch material. Okay. Well, that's what we found. Moving on. Closer inspection of the transmission is going to reveal our solenoid pack on the valve body. Again, that's the inlet for the filter right there. Some wiring harness. And I do not know what this unit is right here. Does anybody know what that component is? Because I do not. I would like to know, but as of now, I do not know. And hey, looky there. There's our fill plug. Right up there, that guy. See it? That's gonna be fun to reach. Special tool required. No, that's a real thing that can happen. Okay, okie dokes. So now we need to see how these replacement components are gonna match up and stack up and fit and all that good stuff. First and foremost, excuse me, I think we need to take a look at the filter, which is right here, this unit. Clearly it's not going to fit inside of the pan due to just the design discrepancies. So let's figure out how this is going to work here. First, I guess I want to make sure that this filter is actually going to fit in the hole for the transmission. So let's mock this up and fit it in, and I believe, yeah, that's gonna fit, no problem. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna fit. Look at that, some, no problem, that fits right in. Stay. Okay. Now, I don't know if that stays in at this time or not, but let's go ahead and get out of here, check the pan, see how this thing is supposed to work out here. So There's really nothing in the pan that that filter is supposed to engage with. It's just fairly smooth here. Let's check orientation of the gasket, and I believe this is correct. So let's make sure this gasket is also going to fit and that the bolt holes are all in line. Okay, this all looks good. Bolt hole, bolt hole, bolt hole. Okay, so I believe and I'm convinced that this is the correct unit. So let's unpackage the remainder of the hardware here, and let's get this pan in position here. I think I was making this harder in my head than it had to be, actually. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, yep, okay. Fasteners are here, pan's here, gaskets in place, filters in place. Let's get this thing installed, bolted in, and torqued to specified specifications. Alrighty, got one aluminum pan with the super deep heat sinks and one gasket and a couple bolts in hand here. And see about getting this oriented properly and bolted into position here. I'm trying to figure out how to get this, where to start really. In the beginning? Sure. From the side? Yep. From the front? Maybe. From the back? Sure. I have no idea what I'm talking about, guys. I'm still kind of delirious. I actually went a point where I think for 4 days I only slept an hour straight without being interrupted. Yeah, I'm delirious. 2 bolts are in, 2 more to go. Now the thing is located. I don't know necessarily if this offers any extra capacity. I think this may just offer more cooling surface. I'm also curious to find out if this is going to allow for that plastic panel to go back into place. You see, you will always find when doing any kind of performance upgrade to anything, there's a give and a take. And you cannot get extra performance without losing something somewhere else. There's got to be something that you sacrifice and you give up for that performance. And what we're looking for here is cooling ability for the transmission fluid. So we've got to give something up in order to get that. I don't know what we're giving up yet. It might be space, it might be that cover. And if it's that cover, then what we're going to give up is road noise, because that cover is there to deaden some of the sound that you hear while driving. And if we have to leave that off, then the vehicle will be louder, so we're giving up some luxury for performance, because you can't have it all. And you know, the reality is humans can be naive creatures and we think we can have it all. Unfortunately, physics will deny us that, especially automotive physics. That'll deny you that very, very quickly. You can't have reliability and performance at the same time. I mean, you can, but the higher you go on performance, the lower you go on reliability, because you're asking more of your equipment. And if you want something to be ultra quiet and luxurious, it may not perform very well. And it won't be a race car, but it yeah, all the stuff.
Yeah, they said within the next 30 minutes.
What happened to it? That it just. Yeah, you know they're like right down the road, right? And I realized that to buy that stuff from Tampa. Did they call us? No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll talk to the sales rep later. He'll be back. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get some torque applied to all these fasteners and get this thing seated in. We need to dig out that fill hole plug right there next and get this thing filled back up. So I'm just gonna go through and hit all these units with the ratchet. Preliminarily snug down everybody. Get on there, Torx 44-bit. Stay on there. 3-click. Now that little fill plug back there, see your way up there? That's an 8mm drive, like a hex drive in the center of it, and it threads into the side of the pan. I need to get a hold, or the side of the transmission case. I need to get an 8mm something in there and try to walk that guy out. So here's what I'm thinking. This guy right here, 8mm, the Ocho, and we'll try it with the little quarter driver first. If that doesn't work, we'll put a wrench on it or something, but I'm pretty sure that this bit is gonna be enough to dig that thing out. Let's find out today if that's gonna work. Aha, there we go, we're on it. Oh, yeah, that's tight. Okay, well, at least we got a purchase on it, so we're getting somewhere. So here, what I'll do, I'll put the bit back into the fill plug. They weren't kidding when they said lifetime oil. You're not supposed to be in here. I'm in the forsaken zone. I don't know why they tell you lifetime oil though. That stuff, it breaks down, it does. Heat and time and oxidation. Not lifetime oil. Unclick. There we go. There, I defeated your safety protocol, BMW. Ha 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 ha. Now I can dig that little fill plug out. Okay, there she is. There's our fill plug. Got it? Okay, so here's gonna be our filling mechanism here. Basically, we just got our little tube, and I'm gonna hang this off to the side. There's a little valve there. We're gonna leave that valve closed. This tube and valve is part of the driveline service machine. Usually what I use this machine for is differential oils, but it can also serve to pump in the transmission fluid in this particular application. I've already gone ahead and purged the pump and the line with some of the old fluid out of the jug that we saved. So I basically just plugged in the pickup line on the machine here, sucked up a bunch of fluid out of that, spat it out of this line here into the waste oil, and now the only thing inside of this line is this type of fluid, the ZF Lifeguard for the ZF transmissions. So the only remnants of fluid in there is going to be this stuff. It is the older fluid, but it does not allow us to cross-contaminate with the inappropriate fluid type. So basically all we need to do at this point is take these individual quarts, set them up in the fill position on the machine, put the fill pump or the fill hose into the quarts, and then pump from these quarts of fluid into the transmission. And I'm assuming we go until we reach overflow status. All right, I'm getting real here. I went over to All Data and I'm looking for the fill procedure. You know, I'm waiting for it to tell me, you know, fill it up to the top of the hole, run the engine, get it hot, blah, blah, normal stuff. It basically says go into BMW's scan tool system and tell it to do the fluid adjustment procedure so you can fill it up. I think that's nonsense. I'm gonna go with what I know. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around this all day. We're just gonna pump the fluid in until it drains out, and then we're gonna start it and check it, and then I'm gonna bust out the scan tool and then check some scan tool things. I know how to fill transmissions up. I'm overcomplicating this and it's bothering me. That's the deal. So we got one quart going in. They gave me 5, right? Well, 7, wait, hang on. I got 1 over there, 3, 5. I have 7 quarts in total, right? I only drained out like 4.5, so I know it's not gonna take all of it. It can't take more than the fill plug lets you take, right? So theoretically, I'm just gonna keep putting in fluid until it runs out. That's how we're gonna do this. Because all the instructions and remarks and technical notes in the world don't change the physics and reality of I'm putting fluid inside of a hole. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fill the hole with fluid. It's not that hard. I'm getting frustrated. Still kind of below the weather, and I'm not feeling super duper hot, and things piss me off sometimes, and instructions are one of those things. It just, no need of it. It doesn't have to be that hard. I don't like it when it's that hard. Ooh, juice. I like juice, thank you. Is it cran cherry or just cran? I like cran. It's diuretic, you know that?
It is.
It's good for the kidneys. Yummy. Thank you, darling. Okay, that one's empty. Get rid of you. Next one. They don't fit in my tray either. Not like a normal jug would. Oh, get in there. Okay. We're still filling it up. Still pumping. Still going. Ooh, you have another? You don't have to poke the holes in them.
Oh.
Okay. I can poke the hole. But I'm having a hard time taking off the stupid thing, like the cap, because my gloves are greasy. Lifeguard. Still going in. I think that's quart number 5, right? I think. Oh, there we go. Yep. Well, if this is 5, and I just pulled out half of it, that means we put in about 4.5 quarts, which means we've installed approximately exactly what was removed. So yeah, I was overcomplicating this in my crane branium just ever so slightly. I'm gonna let this thing dry till it's done dribbling all over, and we're putting the plug back in. Okay, so the drain just been reduced to a slight dribble. Since we're dribbling, I'm gonna go ahead and install that new fill plug that they gave us. Get that guy maneuvered in right here. Come on, thread you. There's zero space to get flanges into the hole. They just don't fit. There we go, we got it. And only minimal runoff down the arm. That's the part I hate the most, is that runoff that runs down your arm. And then it'll go in your arm and then into your sleeve, and it goes into your armpit, which is super duper gross. There we go, got that. She's tight. You lose this nasty glove here, and then we'll grab that 8mm again. Oh, I'm in the home stretch. I'm starting to feel a little better. That juice, I drank that juice and it gave me like a second wind. That's not good. That means I'm still not, I'm not 100%. Well, I know I'm not 100%. I'm just trying to get back out in the world today. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this and call it a day and go home. Go lay down again. Okay, click, that's 35 Newton meters. Or whatever the torque spec was. That's what that is now. There we go. Whew. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. A little bit of nice shiny. I don't need too much shiny. The whole thing's made out of shiny. There she is. Good to go, nice and cleaned off, filled up, ready to rock and roll. Okay, the front cover is kind of hanging in position here. Let's start getting this thing bolted in. real nice and slow. These are all plastic bosses on these bolts. And we don't want to strip them. Because once you strip the plastic, you're done with. That is all. You don't get any more plastic to strip. Nothing more to secure your components. Like that. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm thinking we might lose the ability to retain that that rear insulator. I think it's gonna have to go. I don't think it goes back on. Right here. One there. That was good, 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 good. One more right here. This one. There we go. Okay. Moment of truth. Does it fit? It does not fit. So we cannot use this cover down here with this pan, which is actually okay because now the fins are exposed to airflow and the thing can actually cool. So looks like we're not putting that bottom cover back on, but I do need to put in the fasteners for the rest of this cover over here. Yeah, this thing's gonna flop around in the wind non-stop if we don't secure it. That was too secure. What was I just saying about stripping out plastic? Yeah. Don't do it, Ray, don't do it. Okay. Now that's good. That's tight like it's supposed to be. None on the left side. One thing I think I need to do actually is modify and cut out ever so slightly this area right here, because this cover is being pulled down and it's actually making contact with those fins there. You see that? I'm gonna cut this out with a Dremel real fast. Yeah, now we're doing some Ray stuff. Taking a grinder to a brand new BMW. Good thinking. So there, now we have the appropriate amount of space for air to flow properly, or better than it was, and it's not binding up on this piece of plastic here, so this is good. The fins can catch the air, this thing can still do its job from where it sits, and our pan has now been exposed to atmosphere so it can achieve proper airflow. Okay, so watch, I'll take this skid panel and I'll put it over here with all of Dave's stuff. That way he thinks it goes on his car for later on. Yeah, I know he didn't hear me. He's over there. He didn't hear us. I am a bad, sneaky, sneaky bad man. Ha 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 ha. Alrighty, she's on the ground. Let's get the bonnet closed up here. Let's hop on in, fire it up. Make sure it catches gears, goes forwards, goes backwards, all that good stuff. Take it for a quick spin, and we're gonna call this one good. Squeeze on in here. Oh, dang, that's a nice tight fit right there. Whew. Okay, engine starting sequence. Dong, dong, dong. Digital information center. Looks like we've got 47,771 miles on the odometer reading. No warning indicators, this is all looking good. Foot on the brake. Let's throw it in reverse, and it caught reverse, foot off the brake, she's rolling. Back in drive, off the brake, she's rolling, good to go. All right, let's take her out for a quick spin. Warning, there's obstructions everywhere. Warning, there's stuff everywhere. Very comfortable, smooth ride. It's the ultimate driving experience. Is that BMW's logo still? Do they still say that in the commercials? Or did they change that to something else? I asked because I actually don't know. I have not watched a cable television commercial in years. I no longer have cable. All right, we're shifting, no problem. This is a nice ride, it really is. I know I bash on these Euro cars, the Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, Mini Cooper, etc. You know, those levels of vehicles, but they're actually very well maintained and or well designed, well engineered. Sometimes they feel like it. Start, stop. This guy right here, manual transmission warning. Stay back. I may roll backwards. All right, guys, we're hitting the bridge, and I'll tell you, this thing, with these twin turbos, this thing's driving away from me, and I'm not even trying. It's such a nice ride. Good job, BMW. Alrighty, guys, this thing is in good working order. It's shifting. It's got a great power band. I'm 99,000% sure it's not leaking. So I do not believe, words, that I have anything more to offer you on this particular video other than a thank you for watching this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this BMW and this updated high flow fin transmission pan.
What did you just say?
More words in the comment section down below. Do not forget to engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there, and most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later in a video. End of performance upgrade in a BMW in a day. End of transmission.